I think Michael Jordan growing up was kind of, in my generation as a kid, the guy that you turned the TV on to watch. I mean, it didn't matter if it was Monday night, Friday night, Sunday afternoon. If the Bulls were on, you turned it on and you watched Michael Jordan because you knew every single time he played he was going to give you something, whether it was a dunk, last-second shot, or just the way he played, the way he handled himself. I remember as a young athlete thinking I'd love to hear how Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan. And then as time went on and books came out, his story was even more interesting in that Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team and still found a way to become the greatest basketball player ever. So Michael Jordan was someone worth watching. It also helped me realize basketball probably wasn't in my future, so that was a good thing. But I loved Michael Jordan and had always been a fan growing up of great quarterbacks. I loved to watch Dan Marino and John Elway and some of the great quarterbacks of that generation and the way they played. And wore number 13 because I thought Dan Marino was the man back then. And so, yeah, you kind of absorb whatever you see growing up, and those two athletes and those two positions probably are something I remember the most. Probably trade places with my brother for a day. I'd love to see what he goes through and what he does, since that was something that growing up you had your dream of playing in the major leagues. And you think about it, you train for it, you think you're on your way, and then you realize, man, what a tough thing to actually get to do. And getting to have watched Matt play in the major leagues, kind of like living a dream through watching his life and seeing and hearing about his experiences, has been a lot of fun. So I wouldn't mind trading places with him for a day and going to a ballpark and hitting in the 3-hole in front of 50,000 people and just seeing what that feels like and sounds like would be pretty cool. But you know, like I said, I've always been probably more drawn to the things that the people I know and love do, because I find myself rooting for them all the time, and to be on the other side of that energy would be pretty cool to see what that felt like. I think since my daughter's songs are on all of our iPods, we'll have to go with my personal selection on Pandora. Let's say that. Probably Hall & Oates. Hall & Oates, Fleetwood Mac. I like more of the classic 70s sound, although I do like all kinds of music. But after seeing Garth Brooks in concert a couple weeks ago, I have to admit I've become a big Garth Brooks fan. Anyone that can perform like him is worth listening to day in, day out. But I'm a big fan of the Fleetwood Mac, Hall & Oates. As the players will tell you, they despise my radio choices on the PA, but I definitely like the 70s and 80s era of music. Well, as long as my wife and children were out, I'd probably go in and grab all 3 dogs and make sure the puppies were okay. Other than that, everything else could be replaced. I'm not too possessive of material things. Just make sure the dogs and everybody else were out of the house, and we'll just go build something else if it gets burned down. I'm not embarrassed by anything. I like Scandal. I like Homeland. Big fan of The Blacklist. Let's see. I find myself drawn to series where you can kind of look forward to what's on next week. I like Castle. I used to like Desperate Housewives back in the day, so yeah, I'm not embarrassed to say that I'll plop down the couch and watch some network TV. That does not scare me in the slightest, but probably nothing too extreme beyond those. Probably my grandpas. Love to see those guys again. What we'd eat would probably be immaterial to just seeing them, talking to them, and telling them all about the things that have happened since they've been gone. Probably Italian food would be involved, I would think, in some regard. That would be easy. But you know, as far as figures in history, that they all hold such a place for some reason. None of them really stand out for me more than the others, if you will. Probably be more geared towards family members and people that you wish you could have seen or talked to one more time. Very studious. People, when they hear that I was really into school, they kind of get surprised to what degree. I was highly motivated in school and wanted to make sure I was never viewed as just a jock. I wanted to be known for more than that. So probably just the drive I had in school surprises people. Well, I guess number one, I got to form a bucket list since I don't have one yet. Number two, never lose sight of really what this is all about. You know, continue to live in the moment and just be present in everything we do here with your players, with your team, with your family. You know, just be present. So when those things happen, you can really enjoy them. You know, so many times you go through something that's pretty special and you get on the other side of it and realize you weren't as in the moment as you should have been, and you missed out to say, gosh, I really enjoyed that, you know? So I think learning to be more present all the time, and when we do special things, really enjoy the moment and not let it slip by. And probably at some point take my family on a vacation where we get to go do some things together before my kids all get old and move on and then are hard to corral back in. I'd say that'd probably be first thing on the list, and make sure we can continue to build memories. But don't really have a lot of destinations as much as just enjoying life each day, and hopefully looking forward to some really exciting memories that are created each and every year.